Today we will know the biggest mistake we make in our life, and we are completely ignorant about this. There is an old saying, a man is known by the company he keeps. How true it is. I'm not talking about your friends or the circle you move in, but about the thoughts you keep company with. Do you know how many thoughts we have in a day? Approximately more than 6,000. Do you, at the end of the day, take an overview of what kind of thoughts you had? No, never. Do you know what kind of effects these thoughts have on your life? No. I know that's the answer for most of you. And this is the biggest mistake of our life. These thoughts control our life. Should we not be more conscious of the thoughts that we keep company with the whole day? Today we will understand how the quality of these thoughts, whether positive or negative, is instrumental in controlling our life. How our brain changes as per our habits and thoughts. How we can make positive thinking a habit. I am Nirja Mahajan, Wisdom Leadership and Happiness Coach. I am also an entrepreneur, founder and CEO of Art Hill Branding Agency, and founder of blog portal tobehappy.in. Today, I will help you understand what goes in the brain when one produces positive or negative thoughts. Suppose you think of something. This thought leads to emotions. Every emotion triggers a chemical reaction in the brain and release of hormones. Let's understand with an example. Suppose you had some negative thought. Perhaps you anticipated some mishappening that has befallen on some of your dear ones. At that time, the brain actually created the scene of that mishap, isn't it? Similarly, think of when you are having a positive thought. Imagine you are being awarded at the stage. You actually visualize the whole award ceremony. You want to eat hot chocolate fudge. Your brain visualizes as if you are actually eating that big scoop. होता है ना, और मुंह में पानी भी आ जाता है. Now, what happens when you are anxious, under stress, or angry, or you are worrying about something? The brain releases cortisol, which is also called a stress hormone. Repeated negative thoughts such as anger, resentment, fear, depression may cause our bodies to release more of stress hormones, cortisol, and also adrenaline. Over time, high levels of these hormones can contribute to mental health symptoms like anxiety, depression, insomnia. Now, the contrast. Let's see what happens when we are having positive thoughts. When you are feeling happy or optimistic, cortisol decreases and the brain produces serotonin, which is also called a feel good hormone. It creates a feeling of well being. When serotonin levels are normal, one feels happy, calm, less anxious, and more emotionally stable. Also, at that time, you are more focused, more productive, and better in your relationships, also in collaborations. Now, the most important point is to be aware of what kind of thoughts are in your habit. These effects of producing cortisol or serotonin are not just one time effects. These will be produced as per your habit, and that is the barometer of your mental health. Do you know that our brain is neuroplastic? Means our brain has the ability to grow and change. Neuroplasty is the brain's ability to learn and adapt. Earlier, experts believed that our brains were fixed by the end of adolescence. No more growth of neurons, and only a downhill journey from there. But the latest research has proved that our brains can actually grow and change throughout adulthood. That is, if we treat our neural pathways right. We are the ones who are creating neural pathways in brains. The tragedy is we are just ignorant about it. We should be aware that negative thinking or positive attitude are creating neural pathways in brains, and that decides how we lead our lives. Brain acts like a Velcro for negative experiences and like Teflon for positive ones. We see a beautiful scenery or enjoy ice cream, but we enjoy it in the moment and don't revisit the experience again and again in our mind. But if a negative incident, we repeat it multiple times, and like Velcro, it sticks in the brain. Why? Because we are programmed to think negative thanks to some of our ancestral survival traits. Also, in negative thoughts, brain uses less energy than positive thinking. So our brains wants more negative thoughts. काम कम करना पड़े ना brain को भी. Friends, be careful. Negative thinking can easily become habitual. The good news is it is possible to change our thought patterns and even hardwire happiness into our brains. One of the most important benefits of practicing positive thinking is that when you consciously practice it, it actually becomes a habit over time and eventually can even become your new neutral, natural reaction to negative or difficult situations. How? Let's create a scene. A man has to go to the sea beach for a walk. At one point, he sees some hedges. Crossing through that would save him 30 minutes. He removes some hedges and passes through that path. Same happens the next day and all days to come, and the dirt road is now a solidified road, and passing through the route is easy and an automatic reaction. Same way, when we consciously practice positive thoughts, new neural paths are created, and positivity, optimism, happiness becomes a habit thanks to our neuroplastic brain. The best part of positive thinking is that it has no side effects. From today, make a promise to yourself that you will consciously keep the company of right thoughts. You have the power to change your thoughts. You have the power to change your brain. You have the power to change your life. In the next video, we'll discuss how we can consciously practice positivity in our life. Do subscribe to the channel to connect with the life-changing topics.